Welcome back to another episode of Small Girl Big Talk. Today, we are continuing on our Foundations for a Fresh Start series, where we begin on episode 52 when we discussed about the mindset shifts when it comes to overcoming perfectionism. And on episode 53, we discussed about the power of acceptance and letting go when it comes to manifesting your dream life. On episode 54, we had a special guest, Cheryl, over, and we talked about pivoting and quitting when it comes to your personal growth journey. And in today's episode, I want to talk about decluttering. Because when it comes to building a strong foundation, you want to first clear off all the things that are no longer serving you so that you can make space for what you want and what you desire. Specifically, I will be kickstarting this episode by talking a little bit about decluttering your environment, like your physical space and your digital space. And then we are going to turn our focus onto decluttering your mind, because what's going on here in your head, that is really going to affect how you approach the work that you do, how you approach your life. So without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, you need to know that your physical space is something that really affects your inner clarity. There is this phrase that I love, and it's called outer order, inner calm. It is actually the title of a book by Gretchen Rubin, who is the podcast host for Happier. I've not specifically read that book, but I really like the phrase outer order, inner calm. Because the clutter that is going on in your life, it has a big impact on how you feel. And this is coming from personal experience when I finally learned to declutter in my life about almost 8 years ago now, before I graduated from university, when I was moving houses, right? And that was when I realized that when you clear things off, whether it's decluttering your wardrobe or your office space, it really creates this space in your life that allows you to feel like, okay, it's good energy now. I can welcome good things into my life now. And as a Chinese, I'm grateful that we have this annual habit of spring cleaning before the Chinese New Year. So I've kind of made that into like my personal habit of really have a major physical space decluttering on an annual basis. And I really think that this is something that you should do, because outer order, inner calm. And I'm not going to go into details about physically decluttering your space, because there are a lot of resources out there for you already. You can definitely check out Marie Kondo's stuff, whether it's her book that is called The Life-Changing Magic of Decluttering, or you can also search up her YouTube videos or her Netflix shows. There are a lot of practical steps that you can learn from there. And when it comes to decluttering your environment, I would say that because we live at a time and space where we spend a lot of our times on our digital devices, whether it's our smartphone, which we are pretty much using from the moment we wake up till before we go to our bed, or our laptop that we are using for work. We spend a lot of time on these devices. So I would say that a digital decluttering, it's also very, very important, because we spend so much time on this digital spaces, right? You want to make sure that it is also cleared off and reset so that it serves you better. So a few things that you can do to really declutter your space is, number one, your inbox. If you're like me and your inbox always have that number on the corner and it can go up to hundreds or thousands, you probably want to first declutter your inbox. You can do so by just selecting all and hit delete. Or if you're afraid that you're going to miss out something important, just select all and mark all as read. Trust me, after doing this for a couple times, you would realize that 95% of the emails are actually junk and you don't need them, and you can just declutter them thus. Next up, you can also declutter your desktop or your personal drive, For all the files that you no longer need, you can put them into an archive folder or you can just delete them. So get all of the projects that are no longer active, archive them so that you are only facing the ongoing projects and the upcoming project stuff so that you can have a very clear space. Same thing goes to your mobile device. Look through the apps. Are you still using these apps? If you're no longer using them, delete them or hide them away from your home screen so that you are only facing these apps that you actually need that can help you to improve your life. And finally, the hardest part about decluttering your digital space, it's really the photo albums. I honestly am still struggling with them because I take too many photos and videos and I always feel like I would need them someday. I've been trying to build a habit of decluttering every quarterly so that I can back up my photos and videos, but I'm still struggling with that. So I'll come back to you again when I actually have a solution to it. But if you can do it, I would highly recommend it because if not, you probably would just have to keep upgrading your storage and they are not cheap, right? So yes, first thing, outer order, inner calm, you want to declutter your physical space and your digital space because when you have space in all these things, it really helps you to really focus on what's actually coming up next instead of having just all this clutter around you. If you are someone who cares about personal growth, or if you want to meet like-minded people to further expand your personal growth journey, join my Patreon group today. This is where I'm going to share updates about my content across all channels. This is where I will be sharing the behind the scenes of my journey as a content creator and entrepreneur. And I also intend to share more of the tools, resources, and templates that has helped me to grow so that we can all learn and grow together. If you are new to my podcast and you want to stay updated with everything, you can also think of this as joining my email list. All you need to do is head over to patreon.com/sgpt or head over to the link in my show note to join for free today, and I can't wait to see you inside. And now we are going to focus on decluttering your mind. I get it. We want everything. We want to make 7 figures. We want to travel the world. We want to build a happy marriage. We want to have kids. We want to have a physically fit body. We want everything. And don't feel bad or guilty about it because I really think that it's our external environment that has primed us to want all of this. But the reality is we only have 24 hours a day. We only have that much energy. We only have that much time. So if you are trying to achieve every single thing that you want, when your energy is spread thin and you are trying to do every single thing, you're not going to achieve everything. You probably would end up feeling very discouraged because you are not seeing results or you are seeing very minimal results in everything that you are trying to do. So the first thing that you need to do to declutter your mind is to first really shortlist the top 3 goals that you want to achieve in your life in the next few years. I know we all have our big dreams to retire our parents and to travel the world. All those are big, hairy, audacious goals. And it's good to have those goals. And it's good to believe that you can achieve those goals. But let's take a step back and just focus on the next few years. What are the things that are achievable in the next few years? And just shortlist them and only focus on the top 3 goals. I would say if you can shortlist even 1, that's even better. But I believe that we have the capacity to at least focus on 2 to 3 things, right? So just focus on those 3 things. Because these big dreams that you have, money takes time to accumulate. Businesses takes time for you to validate and to experiment and to grow. Relationships takes time to nurture, to communicate in order to be better. So these big goals that you have, you want to really focus on them. And once you are able to just shortlist to these top 3 goals, then the next step will be a lot easier. The next step of clearing your to-do list will become a lot easier. Because when you know what is your focus now, you can look into your current to-do list and decide if this task actually help you to take you one step closer to your goal. And if it doesn't, you gotta then ask yourself, do I have time for this? Or if it's still something that you cannot eliminate from your task, can you delegate it? Can you ask a family member to help you with it? Can you hire a part-timer to help you with it? Or better yet, can this be solved by an AI solution? Look through your to-do list and eliminate things, because what you want to achieve is to actually have lesser things on your to-do list so that you can focus on the high value work, on the things that are going to take you one step closer to your top 3 goals. Now, once you have your goals decluttered and when you have your to-do list cleared off, the next step is really to just keep moving forward. And in the process of moving forward, you are going to get distracted. Life is going to happen to you. You are going to fall sick. Things are going to happen to you that you don't expect. And there are going to be a lot of instances where things are going to get held back, or you have to pivot in the decisions that you have made, on the plans that you have made. And these are all a part of the journey. So just remember 2 things. Number 1 is to just focus on what's within your control. We talked about this on episode 53 in the power of acceptance and letting go. You just want to focus on the things that are within your control. Sure, you probably feel frustrated about all the office politics that are going on, but do you need to spend time on them? Not really. Just ignore them and focus on the work that you can do. And sure, probably you might receive a few hate comments on the post that you put up online, but does it really matter? If it's a random stranger's opinion that is not ruining your reputation, ignore it. Focus on the people that appreciate your content. Focus on your friends and family that you really care in your life. Focus on the things that are within your control. And another thing that you want to remind yourself is to just do things one step at a time. I know it can get really overwhelming when there are so many things on your to-do list, even after you decluttered them. I get it, especially if we are looking to grow ourselves. The things that are on our to-do list, they are really out of our comfort zone and we hate doing them. We want to procrastinate them. But just remind yourself, one step at a time. Look into your current list and ask yourself, which is the one that I can do quickest and I can check it off the list? Or which is the one that if I were to do that, it will have a positive impact on the rest of the things that I do? And just tackle it one step at a time. Honestly, at this rate, with all the things that I'm doing, I often have that feeling that I am still moving very slow, that I am still not seeing the results that I want. But as I review back on the things that I've done, as I look back into all the things I've checked off my to-do list, I always feel very grateful that I was able to just tackle them one step at a time. Because even if I feel like I'm moving slower than I wanted to, I still know that I'm still moving forward. It's not that I didn't move forward at all. So it's really about just keep moving forward, keep focusing on what you've chosen to focus on. And trust me, few months down the road, few years down the road, when you look back on the things you've crossed and the things you've achieved, you will feel so good about it. So coming into a recap of today's episode, when it comes to decluttering your life, outer order, inner calm. Focus on your physical environment first. If you don't have the capacity to do that, hire a part-time maid for 2 days and get them to have a deep cleanse of your house. That is going to help already. Better yet, take a day off from work just so you can declutter your wardrobe and your drawers. Those are going to make a big change already. And then also decluttering your digital space, because that's pretty much an extension of our life right now. Just put everything to the bin or put them into a folder called archive, and you would already see so much space on your screens. And then when it comes to decluttering your mind, reduce the things that you want in your life and just focus on 3 main ones and just really look forward on it. I will be talking more about what I've achieved in this past year because of this exact practice that I have in the next episode. So be sure to come back next episode and stay tuned to it. Like I said, these are the things that has helped me personally, and I really want to help you. So cut down on your wants so that it helps you to cut down on your to-do list, and then really just be reminded to keep on moving forward. I truly believe that when you do all of this, you will definitely move one step closer to where you want to be. And I honestly am very excited for you to update me about all the things that you are about to achieve in this coming year. So that's all that I have for you in today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for tuning in to Small Girl Big Talk, where real conversations meet personal growth. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to share this onto your Instagram stories so that we can reach and help more people in their personal growth journey. You can also support by hitting the follow or subscribe button, or give it a 5-star rating at whatever platform it is that you are listening right now. I really appreciate you for staying all the way till the end, and I'll see you in my next episode. Goodbye.